Hello guys, this is Joyce, and I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. Hope that you had an awesome Christmas. I did, and this is the first Saturday morning challenge of friends for 2022. You know that is where Shantae and I challenge each other to be creative and to try new things, use up our stash. And I don't think either one of us will ever really use up our stash, but to use it, we buy so much and so many things, and we just need to be creative and keep using them. So this week's challenge was to create 4 slimline cards. And I originally said we wanted them to be different, but you know, basically whatever you wanted them to be. Okay, so let me show you some of the things that I have used for my cards, and I'm gonna tell you what, I pulled out so much stuff. Some I've never used, spread it out. My desk was just covered with product. Okay, so first, and I just got these diamond dots, I used some of these. I used several dies. I used, sorry for the glare, but my lighting is, it's dark outside, okay? We're gonna leave it like that. But I got a lot of plastic here. So I used this die here, just the one. And then I use this Divinity Designs slimline die, and this one is, oh sorry for reaching, this one is 7 3/4 across, and I think it is 9 inches long. So I cut several of my bases from this. I used this smooth card for one of the cards. I used pearlescence on one of the cards. I used the Tim Holtz die for these trees. Guys, this is the first time I have ever used this die set. Yes, yay me. Then I used Merry and Bright from this one. I have used some of the words from this one before. I used some of this silver cardstock from Gina K. I really love that. I love the thickness of that. And I recently bought this pad of paper. I just got it on my way back from Georgia for Christmas. And it's called White Christmas. And I stopped at one of the Michaels on my way home and picked this up, and so I knew I had to make one. I knew I had to make some cards from this. There's some gold foiling, and there's silver foiling. I really like the cut aparts, and being just kind of white with the grays and the silvers blended in. So there's some with the gold. And those are tags, so I think there are 2 sheets of that. So I think they're about 2 sheets of each. So anyway, I used that. So let's move this out of the way. I can't wait to get all this stuff put up. And then I used this stamp from the Graphic 45. This is their, I forget what paper collection this went with, but I do have the papers over there somewhere. But it just says a girl should be 2 things, classy and fabulous. And I tend to use this stamp set quite a bit in bits and pieces, and I just love the lady image, so I use that. I use this frame die from Sizzix, which I got on clearance at some point, and I've used it several times. I hadn't done anything with this My Creative Times die, and I used Hello. And then this Apple Blossom die, my friend Audrey had this, and I just had to have it. So this is the first time I've used this. I actually got two cards. It's a Slimline card, but I didn't use this particular card this time. But I used You're Just My Cup of Tea stamp. And then I used the teacup sets and the teapots. And this is called Slimline Springtime for Tea. Next time I use it, I will be using this card base. So, but I was just excited to get it used. And guys, I know there are some, here, I used some paper from this one. The 49 in Market Irrevocable Beauty. I love this paper pad. I have it in the 12 by 12, which I got at Tuesday morning. I have used it before, but I just love the quality of this paper. It's the thickness, and just look at that. How can you say that's not cute? And I also have this in the 8 by 8, I think it is. So, and you see I keep all my scraps in there with it. So let's move that out of the way. And I'm thinking that's, I had some bling that I used and another die. And I don't see it, of course. Oh, here it is. I used some of this bling. I used this shoe die, which it is just I think I got it on Amazon several years ago, but I love shoes, and I couldn't find one other one. I have another one that I couldn't find, but anyway, that. And let me show you first the Christmas one. Oh, and I was going to use that, but I ended up not using that. So this is the one that I made. It is my Christmas card. I only did one. This is, I'm trying to think, why did I cut it this size? Oh, I looked up the size for Slimlines, and you can almost do them almost any size. And this one is actually, but I like how that turned out. I love these trees. And I kind of pulled it apart there, but that's where I used the diamond dots. And I just love how this turned out. And the card is actually 3.5 wide by 8.5. And when I looked up the size for Slimline cards, this was one of the sizes that they said. And they said that it could be almost any size, because the ones I've got here are almost 4 inches wide. It's like 3 and something. But if you look at the difference in the sizes, there is a slight difference. And this one is from the actual die from Divinity Designs, and it is 9 inches long. And then it's almost 8 inches across, you know, until you score it. So I just love it. I haven't put anything on the inside. This is going to be my first Christmas card for 2022. And I really love that. I really do. And I need to put one of those diamond dots over that eye so it can be a dot, you know, the little dot. So that is my first one. And then this is the one from the You're Just My Cup of Tea. I really like this. And I need to put another mat inside for stamping or writing, because you really can't write on that foil paper. The foil paper, and I didn't tell you that, but this foil is from, the silver on this one is Gina K. The foil here is Michael's. But I really love these teacups stacked like that. And I don't think you can hardly see it because of the lighting. But guys, that is... And I just wanted to work with those blues. And so I ended up using, this is paper tray ink paper here with the that I cut the teacups out of. And it is, and I put it back before I wrote, and I didn't write down the color, but I just really like that. And it shows better in person than it is on that screen. So hopefully you can get an idea. And of course I had to do a purple one, and this is that paper from the 49th and Market package. This paper is the paper that I use for matting and the inside here, and I need to put a piece on here that I can write on actually. This is DCWV, and it is called Chateau Lavender, and I've had that stack for years, okay? And I have the max stack, and honestly, I bet you I have not used 4 or 5 sheets out of the pack in all the time that I've had it. And it's weird because it has really nice cardstock, and it has pearlescent, and it has glitter papers. But that one is that, and that's that Hello die. I really like the look of that, My Creative Times. And so there is that. Now for the last card, guys, and I'm excited because they are all so different. And then we have this one. And I was looking for my red little dots so I could put a few red in there just for some color. And this is where I use that Graphic 45 stamp. The foil is Michael's. And there is just too much shine going on. And so then on the inside, I just matted with the gold and then the white, which I'm going to do to the rest of those also for stamping purposes. But I really like how this one turned out. And I am so sorry for this glare. It's just like I was in a foil mood, and it is glarish. But anyway, guys, this is my last card. I really like that. I really love how it turned out. This piece of paper here came from, and this is what it looks like before I did anything to it. But it came, anyway, I put the paper pad back before I could do this video, and that was my fault because I was just walking all over everything, and I just couldn't stand it no more, so I had to get a lot of that stuff up. But anyway, guys, those are my 4 cards. Please go by and check out Shantae, because I know, and you know, that she has come up with something that is really, really good. And I can't wait to see it. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. And I will see you in the next video. And Shantae's information will be in the box below. And don't forget, go by and check her out. Bye, guys.